In its quest to provide an open forum for discussion of controversial issues, this station allows hosts and their guests to express themselves without any significant censorship. You are advised that any view expressed by the host or their guest are not necessarily the views of the owners or management of TogiNet Radio, Togi Entertainment, or the Owners Group, Inc.
Motherhood Incorporated proudly presents Military Mom Talk Radio, live on TogiNet.com. Co-hosted by Tina Gonzalez and Sandra Back, the owner of Motherhood Incorporated. Military Mom Talk Radio is here with a powerful platform for women to discuss their ideas, issues, and concerns with respect to the military lifestyle. Military Mom Talk Radio encourages you to share your experiences of being a military wife and mother. This show is dedicated to educating your family about the resources that are available in both the public and private sector. And we'll be sharing helpful information from women around the world. We'll cover everything military, from helping a family member cope with post-traumatic stress disorder, to navigating government programs dealing with family issues, to the struggles of deployment, along with being a working mother, both in and out of the home. This is Military Mom Talk Radio. And here are your hosts, Tina Gonzalez and Sandra Back.
Hey, military moms, Happy New Year. We are coming to you live from Southern California. I am here. My name is Sandra Beck, and I am here with my lovely co-host, Tina Gonzalez. Tina, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Sandra.
Oh, my gosh, it went so fast, didn't it?
It did. Last year just went by.
It was a good thing. I'm so glad the year's over and we can start a new year. How about you?
Yep. This is, so Richard says this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year that lots of things happen.
Is he on the line too?
He is.
Hey, Richard, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Oh, I'm so glad. We missed you. You haven't been on in a while.
I know. I've been doing a lot of things, a lot of good things.
Yeah? You want to tell us some of the good things you've been doing?
I'm just trying to take everything that I know that we've talked, a lot of things about last, we some of the shows last year, Freedom Dogs and PTSD and stuff. Had to do some treatment, took some time out to do some treatment again. And, because, I too am still doing treatment myself and came to a part of my life where I'm ultimately the one that's going to be able to help others as well and help the people that help us understand what we go through. And I think that's where I'm at right now, and I'm able to share that with the facilitators and share that with the people that are in our lives. And I think that's where my passion is laying right now.
Oh, you are amazing. You are amazing. And I'm so glad that you'll come on the show and share with us what you're going through. And you're also so much fun, and you add a great element to the show that I really enjoy. And I'm sure Tina, being married to you, loves to have you on. I know sometimes we tease you, but it is really wonderful to have you here today. So, guys, how was your Christmas?
Oh, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good one?
Yeah, we decided to change it up and stay home and be bums, but at the same time, it was we have such a hectic life. We have family that's all over. We have family that's in Washington, her family, and we have family that's in Northern California, and it's spread all over. And when you have 4 kids and Tina's family and my family and so many households to visit with 4 kids, it's so hectic, and everybody wants to see everybody. And we decided, this year we don't ever get to stay home, and we don't ever get to make it about ourselves. And we just said we're going to make it about ourselves this year.
That's great. I mean, that's terrific, especially because, it's when you think about it, like when I think back to my Christmases with my family, I don't really remember what I got. I don't remember, a lot of times what we ate, but I do remember kind of where we were and what we were doing. And to travel around during the holidays can be super fun, but also just hanging out at home with the family is some of my best memories.
Oh, yeah. And the thing was, it was like, it was so awesome to, start our own little traditions here at home. And you don't get to do that on the road at other people's houses. You get to, you're always so in such a rush, and you have to, all right, we got to go to your mom's house. Oh, we got to go to your sister's house. Oh, all right, and we got to go here and there and that. And it's never you get to oh, don't forget, we've only got so many hours left now, and it's like, and you're always so rushed. And
well, you're trying to get everybody dressed and, keep the kids in order. You don't want somebody having a meltdown. You're at somebody else's house.
Don't mess up your hair.
And don't forget about America either, because she has to go from house to house with us, too.
Oh, my gosh, that's right. So you can't leave her home.
No, we can't leave her at home.
And,
That's a house full. That's great. Well, I had my first, I survived my first Christmas without my kids. So that was really hard for me. But one of the things that made it so much better for me was that, I thought about all the servicemen and women that are serving overseas. And, here I am crying in my soup going, oh, I miss my kids, for just a couple days. It really puts it perspective when we think of, our men and women fighting overseas that go months and months and months without seeing their kids. And so it was okay. It was pretty good. I survived. But it was definitely a different kind of Christmas for me.
Aw.
Yeah, it was okay. But
then you loved them even more when they got back, right?
I did. I was so excited when they came back. And then 2 hours later when they were full of candy and bouncing off the walls, I'm like, was I crazy? I had this nice, peaceful afternoon, and I was feeling so sad. And then there was so much noise. I felt like the Grinch going, oh, the noise, noise. But it was really fun. And I would like to take a moment today to dedicate today's show to Rick, who works on our Military Mom Talk Radio. His grandfather passed away on Christmas Day, and his name was David Surge, so we're going to send that out to him wherever he may be up in heaven, that he hear our show today and know that everybody's thinking of him and Rick and his family.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we've had a busy holiday with everybody.
Yeah.
And now it's the beginning of 2011.
It is, and we have such a great guest today. I'm so excited, because we do a lot of shows that touch on, PTSD, and I think that she's just an amazing person, and, we'll bring her on next segment. But so anybody who's listening needs to stick around, because we do have There and Back Again coming here, and Sue Lynch, who's the executive director, and she's also a Gulf War veteran. But before we do that, let's talk about our New Year's. How did you guys do for New Year's?
I'm trying to think. That's my brain injury there. You asked me a question about when was New Year's?
Tina, do you remember?
Yeah, we stayed at home. We we had a lot to drink. It was fun.
Yeah. We just went to the neighbor's house and hung out with the neighbors and stuff, which was nice. Okay. Everything, this year everything was we stayed local and stuff, and we don't ever get to do that, again. And it's something we don't ever do, and hopefully it's something that I think that we get to do a lot more, as the years come around, and especially with such a large family we have, and I think it brings the family element more, to us.
Well, and do you find, Richard, that staying home is just, I know it's easier from a family sense of dragging the kids from place to place, but, as you work through your recovery, do you find that was easier for you, or it doesn't make a difference?
I've been doing the recovery, the process for a little bit now, for a while now, and we've done different venues, every year. I mean, there's been a time where we've done a big New Year's, and we've included the kids, out in bigger venues, and we've also done. Me and Tina have done other venues where it's just been me and her, away from the kids. And as our family has grown, it seems that as I get older and as I'm getting more, I think with the healing, I get more in touch with my family, as I say, and I don't know. I think that family is more something I want more a part of in my life,
Absolutely. Now, did you have any holidays away? Were you deployed away from during the holidays, or mostly have you been home?
every one of my deployments were over. I mean, it was my anniversaries, my birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, every one of them. So, yeah.
Do you think that it plays a difference now when you think about, you know, the changes that you're making and the things you want to have in your life? You know, how are things different now?
For the longest time, I went with going with the feeling of they're just days to me. You know, like I could go with a wedding anniversary just being a regular day to me. Like, it's just a regular day to me. You know, why was Tina getting, you know, like so emotional over it? And because to me, you know, and I'm just being honest, that's, you know, like you go over there and it's something you just cope with. That's how you have to detach yourself, you know. And it's sad to say, but that's how we have to cope with things. You cope with a birthday like that. You cope with a child's birthday. You know, service members cope with a child's birth. You know, a loss of somebody. That's how we cope. So when you come back here and you have to deal with, you know, these times that reoccur again, like birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, well, you're stuck in this pattern because we redeploy, and it's kind of hard to get out of it. And so, like, as this healing is occurring, and I'm going, I kind of like this family thing now, and I'm going, you know what? I want to be part more of this family thing that's going on. And so, you know, you go through these stages of, you know, what works for you. And, you know, every service member is going to be different with the events that they've experienced and how traumatic it is and, you know, their life experiences. But ultimately, you know, family is, you know, it's an important part of our lives. And, you know, the holiday is you know, it's special for us to share with each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I hate to cut you off, but my name is Sandra Beck, and I'm here with Tina Gonzalez, and this is Military Mom Talk Radio. I'd like you guys to check us out on the web, www.military-mom-talk-radio.com. You can also hear us on iTunes or on TogiNet Radio, which is TOGINET.com. You can download from there. We will be back after the break with Sue Lynch, and she is the executive director. JD, she's also a Gulf War veteran, and she is part of There and Back Again.
Are you a military mom? Looking for help in dealing with the system? Keeping the home fires burning? That's what we're here for. It's Military Mom Talk Radio with Sandra Beck and Tina Gonzalez. And we'll be right back after these. If you're ready for a big change in your work, your career, your happiness, your life, it's time for the $1 Million Mindset with Marla Tabaka. Monday afternoons at 2, 1 Central on TogiNet.com. Marla believes that with the right mindset, anything is possible. Join us as successful life coach Marla Tabaka inspires you and her clients to explore, discover, and live your dreams by developing what she calls the $1 Million Mindset. Marla will inspire you to take action on your dreams and reveal secrets to success that will help you realize your own unique power. Tune into the $1 Million Mindset for heartwarming stories with Marla Tabaka. Learn tips and tricks to building a successful business and unlock the secrets to creating a happier, more balanced life through abundant thinking and attraction power. For more information on the $1 Million Mindset, go to our website, marlatabaka.com. That's MarlaTabaka.com. It's the $1 Million Mindset with Marla Tabaka. Monday afternoons at 2, 1 p.m. Central on TogiNet.com. Adoption, Journey to Motherhood with Mary Beth Wells. Monday mornings at 9, 8 a.m. Central. This is not your typical show about adopting children. This is a shared experience from Mary Beth's heart. Mary Beth will be talking about and covering all the issues pertaining to adoption, including adopted parents, birth parents, adoptees, foster care, and infertility. So, how did your journey to motherhood begin? Or are you still on the path? We want to hear all voices sharing their stories and talking about those issues that are so dear to our hearts. You see, Mary Beth is a birth mom that relinquished a child for adoption and ended up coming full circle by adopting 2 beautiful little girls from Guatemala. And that led to her starting a doll company about adopting baby dolls from all around the world so that children could choose their own doll and learn about that doll's heritage. For more on Mary Beth and her dolls, go to PreciousBabyDolls.com. Then join us for Adoption, Journey to Motherhood Motherhood with Mary Beth Wells. Monday mornings at 9, 8 a.m. Central. Remember, the heart knows no boundaries.
'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Welcome back to Military Mom Talk Radio on TogiNet.com, covering topics to help on the home front, with help from those who know how the system works and how to work the system. It's more fun than a sail at the BX. Now, let's get back to it. It's Military Mom Talk Radio. Here again are your hosts, Tina Gonzalez and Sandra Back.
Hey, military moms, this is Sandra Beck, and I'm wishing you a very happy New Year 2011. And we have on the show with us today Tina Gonzalez. We have her husband, Richard, who is outstanding as always. We have Sue Lynch. We also have a special guest star, and we'll see if maybe he will say something for everybody.
You want to talk?
Sure. Hi. Hi, are you going to wish everybody a happy New Year?
Come say Happy New Year.
Hi. Well, Happy New Year. Tina, who was that?
That was Gabriel.
And how old is he?
He's 2.5. He can hear Richard talking through the phone when he's talking, and he's like, I want to talk to my daddy. And I'm trying to explain to him he's down the hall and that he can go see him. He's here, but he's not grasping it.
Oh, well, it's outstanding. And he did a good job saying Happy New Year. And, you know, he's one of the reasons that we're here today and why we have this show, because we really care about our families. We care about our children, especially the children of our military servicemen and women, because whereas, you know, we as husbands and wives choose to either be in the military or choose to marry somebody in the military, a lot of times our military kids don't. Actually, all the time, they don't have that choice. They're really kind of drafted into the military lifestyle. And so that's one of the reasons that we are on the air today, because we care about our families and we care about our children. And so, Gabriel, good job on your Happy New Year.
He's like, can I have candy now?
He earned his candy, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He knows how it works.
Well, Richard and Tina, we're going to bring on Sue Lynch. Sue, are you on the line?
I am. Can you hear me?
Welcome to Military Mom Talk Radio.
Thanks so much for having me.
This is so exciting. I'm going to have you introduce yourself, because I would just end up reading your biography, and I've been known to, bust people down in rank by making mistakes. So you go ahead and
That's
introduce
okay.
yourself.
That's all okay. I am the executive director of There and Back Again, but I have also served in the military for going on 24 years in March, enlisted. Now a major in the Trial Defense Services in the Army Reserves. Been deployed to the Gulf War during 1990 when I was enlisted, and then also I was deployed to Kosovo in 2004. And currently, There and Back Again has been, something that is near and dear to my heart because of my own personal experience when I was 20, deployed to Saudi Arabia.
Are you there?
I am still here. I thought I got disconnected, so
keep talking.
Okay. So when for my story, and I think that we all have our own individual stories that that drive us to do the work that we do. Once we can really learn and recover from those experiences, and I was deployed out of Boston, and I was a 27 Delta, which is a paralegal, and we were the first reserve unit to be deployed to Saudi Arabia. They deployed the lawyers and the paralegals, if you can believe it. And we were there in Saudi Arabia in September of 1990, and the Scud attacks came in January. And for me, the first Scud attack came in and just shook the compound. I shut down. I completely froze. I couldn't move. I couldn't get into my chemical suit. I couldn't get my chemical mask on. I just disconnected from my body and was completely helpless. And soon after that, I was able to, thank God, had a ranger buddy there that was able to help me out and get me to safety. And once the threat passed and the all clear sounded, from there on, what I did was what all soldiers and service members do, and when they have to complete the mission and be in that environment for the duration, is to make a joke out of it. It became running up to the roof and seeing how many Patriot missiles were going to take out the Scuds, and keeping track and watching them like 4th of July fireworks. And it wasn't until I redeployed and came home that things started to, that experience just took over. In the moment, I had to disconnect from my body in order to do my job. And, coming home, the 30-day mark after the parades and the cakes and the friends and the families went back to doing what they were doing, I tried to get my life back and get back into my senior year of school, which I was pulled out of to deploy, get back into my job. And at the 60-day mark, it wasn't going so well. In 90 days, I crashed hard. And so for about 10 years, I struggled with PTSD. I called it the emotional storm. Intellectually, I'd go and sit on the couch and talk to a therapist, and I could intellectually understand what was happening. I got it. I got it. I could see it coming, but I could never really prevent it from taking me down into the hole. And it wasn't until I accidentally fell into a yoga studio, which I now own, actually, and started practicing yoga, that I realized that now I can manage my symptoms. It was like the light bulb. Somebody turned on the light bulb, and I actually was able to participate in my life again. And so I started to explore alternative therapies, Reiki and acupuncture and all sorts of different modalities, healing modalities. And in 2005, with colleagues of mine, some of them veterans, Vietnam veterans, and other veterans, we founded There and Back Again. And it was, a way to bring healing to veterans now, and not 10 years like it took me 10 years to explore and find out and discover and, ask myself a million times what's wrong with me and why can't I, why I'm Army strong, why can't I, pick myself up by the bootstraps and heal and feel better. It's to bring it to them right now, and so that they can really learn the tools they need to heal themselves. It's a huge, it's an amazing thing when we get to choose how to heal ourselves, when we get to decide how to, I'm feeling anxious right now. Oh, let me connect with my breath. Oh, I think I need to go through these postures in order to reduce the stress in my racing mind. Or I just need to lay down and just feel the breath and calm my nervous system so that I can completely calm down. And
so
guess
now,
what?
Sue, hold on one second, because
sure.
I'd like to bring in Richard at this point. Richard,
sure.
Have you ever experienced anything like this? Does this sound familiar to you?
It does. It does, Sandra. When you talked about the Scud missiles,
mm-hmm.
I've done several tours to Iraq, and one of the first tours I did to Iraq was Operation Iraqi Freedom 1, and it was when we did when we were pushing from Kuwait to Iraq, and we were paused in a defense, and we were dug in, and it was we were in like the whole 1st Marine Division was out there, and they were like, Scuds are inbound. And when you said Scuds, it was like, whew, I flashed back to that day right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I can remember, and it was like, I never could interpret. I was like, a Scud. I was like, I could not fathom how big a Scud was. And I was like, and I've been in the military for, I couldn't remember how long at that time now, I was I think I was at that time, I was first OIF, so what was I, a corporal?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe a Lance Corporal, senior Lance Corporal. I already did another. That was my 2nd deployment. So I was probably like 3.5 years or so. And I could not fathom how big a Scud missile would be. And then they were like, another Scud missile has been launched. And I'm sitting in my fighting hole with my gas mask on, covering up,
mm-hmm.
waiting for this impact going, am I going to see this flash? Like thinking like, all I could remember in my head was going, is it going to be like an atom bomb? Is it going to be like, I couldn't imagine what it was going to be like. and just wondering, like, I'm in my mop suit. I'm fully dressed up. I'm so disorientated, so uncomfortable. This is the way I'm going to die, because I don't know where this impact's going to hit. Is it going to hit in front of me? Is it going to hit, and here goes, and here's another impact, or here's another Scud missile. And I'm waiting for these impacts. Like, how long did it take? How far was it shot from? All these questions are racing in my mind.
Well, and they're so vivid. I guess what's coming to me as the host and someone who's clearly never been in that situation, but is your memories, your feelings, the emotion that comes through. Everything is so incredibly vivid, even just from one word.
Mm-hmm. And the experience and the trauma that is associated with it is in our bodies. And so for me to talk about a Scud missile now, I don't have that reaction any longer. I did for a long time. But being able to, go back into that experience and not only understand it intellectually and talk about it with the, your traditional talk therapy, but also be able to just practice yoga with the yoga and the breath. There's a science behind it. And when we have a traumatic experience that gets trapped in our body, and the only way to really move it is through working with the breath to move it out of the body. Dr. Peter Levine and Bessel van de Colt, another doctor who's on our board, have written many articles about the phenomenon, about how trauma gets trapped in the body, especially when you get to the point of, the helplessness. In my particular case, when I shut down and I couldn't even get in my chemical suit, well, that's where the PTSD happened for me. I was helpless. I wasn't able to move that energy that, of the fear that came in when the Scud hit to get to safety. And in that moment, that's where the trauma is in my body. And so for me, it was a matter of I need to practice this all of a sudden. It wasn't for 10 years later when I started to work with the breath and work
Sue,
with
hold that thought,
Sure.
because we're going to have to go to commercial break, and I'd like to revisit this when we come back. My name is Sandra Beck. I'm the host of Military Mom Talk Radio along with Tina Gonzalez. We're also here with her husband, Richard. We have Sue Lynch, Executive Director of There and Back Again. If you guys want to check out her website, it's thereandback-again.org. You can also find her at charlestownyoga.com. When we come back from the break, she will walk us through how to move trauma out of our body using yoga and breathing.
Are you a military mom? Looking for help in dealing with the system? Keeping the home fires burning? That's what we're here for. It's Military Mom Talk Radio with Sandra Beck and Tina Gonzalez. And we'll be right back after these. Get ready to laugh along with This Little Parent Stayed Home with Ali Lopreet. Friday evenings at 6, 5 Central on TogiNet.com. This is a truly realistic, no-nonsense, tell-it-like-it-is method that will have you laughing and crying, surviving while struggling, and hammering away at the hardships as you travel through the greatest journey of your life. Get empowered by joining thousands of other parents who have also decided to take a leap of faith into a double career with longer hours and half the pay simply because of the love they have for their children. Together, we are rebuilding a new economy that will support us rather than enslave us. Never again will we have to choose between raising our children and earning to provide for them. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. For more on Allie and her success, check out her website, OurMilkMoney.com. So come get empowered with This Little Parent Stayed Home with Ali Lopreet. Friday afternoons at 6, 5 Central on TogiNet.com. Everyday Autism Miracles with Shannon Penrod. Friday afternoons at 2, 1 Central on TogiNet.com. Life after an autism spectrum diagnosis doesn't have to be difficult. It can be joyful, happy, and filled with hope. Join Shannon Penrod, author, speaker, coach, and mom of a 6-year-old recovering from autism for this inspirational hour of hope. She's even authored a series of children's autism books with her son, Jim. For more information about the books, Shannon, and Everyday Autism Miracles, go to her website, shannonpenrod.com. From there, you can also get to her other websites, blogs, and connections. On Everyday Autism Miracles, you'll hear stories from parents whose children have made miraculous strides. You'll also get the inside dish on therapies, treatments, supplements, and how to get funding to help you afford them. Miracles abound in the autism community, so tune in for Everyday Autism Miracles to listen, share, laugh, and surround yourself with hope. Everyday Autism Miracles with Shannon Penrod. Friday afternoons at 2, 1 Central on TogiNet.com.
Put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist.
Welcome back to Military Mom Talk Radio on TogiNet.com, covering topics to help on the home front, with help from those who know how the system works and how to work the system. It's more fun than a sail at the BX. Now, let's get back to it. It's Military Mom Talk Radio. Here again are your hosts, Tina Gonzalez and Sandra Beck.
Courtesy.
Hey, military moms. This is Sandra Beck, and I'm here with Tina Gonzalez. We also have her outstanding husband, Richard, Staff Sergeant Gonzalez, and he is going to work with Sue Lynch, who is our guest today. She is the executive director of There and Back Again, and if you want to check out her website, go to thereandback-again.org. And she does this amazing reintegration program for the treatment of PTSD, and she's going to walk us through one of the methodologies that she uses in her classes with her students to show us what we can do, especially for those of us that are not near a yoga studio or that might not have access, depending on where your family is stationed or where you're listening to this. So I'm going to go silent. I'm going to turn the mic over to Sue and Richard, and you guys do your thing.
Okay. So during the break, I was telling Richard that, not only do I do this kind of relaxation practice for the veterans that I work with in the groups, but I also do this in the briefings that I give for Massachusetts soldiers that are heading out the door, either, deploying or redeploying, so that they have a sense of, how to bring their body back to balance. And the real issue is, when we go into combat, our body's at a heightened sense of alert, right? 24/7, we're jacked up. We have to be. It's a life or death situation. And I explain it similar to, driving a car, and you're driving a car, right, and someone cuts you off, and all of a sudden your adrenaline gets jacked up. Well, when the threat passes, you come back to balance. Well, when we're in combat, that doesn't happen maybe for 365 days. Right, so we're at a heightened sense of alert. So the real issue is, how do we bring our bodies back to balance? How do we bring that nervous system back to balance? And the reintegration issue is, how do I take my foot off of the gas pedal, that's the hypervigilance, in order to put the brake on so I can be in balance? And that's really a process. And so what we're going to do, Richard, if you're still game. You still game?
Yes, I am.
Okay, is to just do a seated relaxation practice. And you can actually even lie down. And if anybody else is listening and just feels like joining in, take advantage of it. It's a really a nice opportunity to just, kind of check out and relax and kind of get connected in your body. So let's just find a comfortable seat. So if you're sitting up in a chair, you sitting in a chair, Richard?
I'm actually laying down.
You're laying down. Okay, great. So if you're lying down, so just get, really comfortable. Maybe have a blanket over you, or you can, have a pillow underneath your head, and just find the most comfortable spot that you can. Just take a few minutes or a few seconds to just find that. And then now, if you can take just a couple more seconds to get even more comfortable. So maybe, allowing the feet to just splay out, and maybe the hands to just, the palms to face the sky or the ceiling. And then we're just going to bring our awareness to our left ear. So bringing awareness to the left ear, awareness to the outside edge of the left ear, bringing awareness to the left earlobe. Bringing awareness to the inside of the left ear, the inner ear canal. Awareness to the whole left ear, the whole left ear.
Okay, that's the one the phone's on.
I'm sorry?
That's the one my phone's on.
Are you okay to participate?
Yeah.
Okay. So at any time, just if you feel like you're sensing that you need to come back into the space, just bring awareness to your heart center, okay? So just bring awareness to the heart center. And then you can rejoin me in wherever I'm drawing your attention. It might even be helpful to just take a moment and kind of visualize a place that you feel completely at home and safe. And maybe it's lying down right in your bed, or maybe it's being with your family. Just finding that sense of complete safety and comfort. And then we're going to bring our awareness to the left side of the forehead, the left eyebrow and eyelashes, awareness to the left cheekbone. Bringing awareness to the breath as it enters and exits the left nostril. Awareness to the left cheekbone and jawbone. And anytime you need to come back to that safe place, feel free to do that. And then just come back and join me with where we're drawing our awareness next, which we'll draw the awareness now to the whole left side of the face. Whole left side of the face. Now drawing our awareness to the right ear. The outside edge of the right ear. The right earlobe. The inside air canal of the right ear. Awareness to the whole right ear. Awareness now to the right side of the forehead. And again, anytime coming back to that safe place, whatever it is for you, and rejoining when you're ready. Awareness to the right eyebrow, right eyelashes. Awareness to the breath as it enters and exits the right nostril. Awareness to right cheekbone and jawbone. Awareness to the whole right side of the face. Shifting awareness to the whole left side of the face. Whole left side of the face. And then back to the right side. So shifting your awareness from the right to the left and the left to the right. And then moving your awareness to the right side, the left side of the body rather. So the left shoulder, the left arm, the left hand, the top and bottom of the left hand, the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger. Awareness to the ring finger and the pinky finger, the whole left hand, the whole left arm. Awareness to the whole left arm. Now let's draw our awareness to the left side of the body, so the left side of the rib cage and the left hip, the left leg, the thigh and the knee, the shin and the ankle, the whole left side of the body, the top of the foot and the bottom of the foot, and all the toes, whole left side of the body. And then drawing our awareness to the right side, the right arm, the shoulder, elbow and wrist, the hand, the right hand, and all the fingers, top and bottom of the hand. And then bringing awareness to the whole right leg, right side of the body. So from the rib cage, the right hip, the leg, knee, shin, and the foot. Top of the foot and the bottom of the foot. And all the toes. So feeling the whole right side of the body. And then let's shift our awareness to the left side. And back to the right. Shifting awareness from left to right. And then upper and lower body. So upper body and then the lower body. Front and the back. Now bringing awareness to the whole body. Reintegrating the whole body. Reintegrating your whole body and starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes.
Sue, I'm going to have to ask you to hold. We'll pick you up after the break.
Okay.
We are here with Military Mom Talk Radio. Our guest today is Sue Lynch from There and Back Again, and she's walking us through a yoga exercise. Please check her out at thereandbackagain-betweenagain.org. And when we come back from the break, she will continue the meditation and walking us through some relaxation exercises.
Are you a military mom? Looking for help in dealing with the system? Keeping the home fires burning? That's what we're here for. It's Military Mom Talk Radio with Sandra Beck and Tina Gonzalez. And we'll be right back after these. Is there more living for you to do? Yes. Start living inspired. Be here for Living Inspired with Tricia Goyer. Thursday afternoons at 4, 3 p.m. Central on TogiNet.com. Tricia will dig deep into topics that matter most to women, inspiring women to make a change in their own lives and to make a difference in the world, and maybe even deep within their own hearts. Tricia is a wife, mom, speaker, family expert, and author of 24 books. For more information on Tricia and Living Inspired, go to her website, TriciaGoyer.com. That's TriciaGoyer.com. Tricia's vision is to be the voice of hope and possibility for women of all ages. Her intention is to serve ordinary women by encouraging extraordinary things with God's help. Tricia expresses real life, real hope for real women. Is there more living for you to do? Yes. Start living inspired. Living Inspired with Tricia Goyer. Thursday afternoons at 4, 3 p.m. Central on TogiNet.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to be a rock star. Get ready to rock with Rock Talk and Craig Deswald, and learn how to achieve rock star status in your industry. Every Tuesday afternoon at 2, 1 Central on TogiNet.com. Craig Deswald is the creator of the Rockstar System for Success. Craig will share easy tips and strategies on how entrepreneurs and businesses can use outside-the-box marketing strategies to stand out from their competition. Each high-energy show will feature interviews with celebrity rock stars as well as business rock stars. For more on Craig, the show, and the Rockstar Marketing Boot Camps, check out the website, CraigDeswald.com, so you can learn how to be perceived as an expert and celebrity in your field, so more people come to you to buy your services and products. Then, get ready to be a rock star with Rock Talk and Craig Deswald. Tuesday afternoons at 2, 1 Central on TogiNet.com.
There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Welcome back to Military Mom Talk Radio on TogiNet.com, covering topics to help on the home front, with help from those who know how the system works and how to work the system. It's more fun than a sale at the BX. Now, let's get back to it. It's Military Mom Talk Radio. Here again are your hosts, Tina Gonzalez and Sandra Back.
Hey, military moms, this is Sandra Beck, and I'm here with Tina Gonzalez, along with her husband, Staff Sergeant Richard Gonzalez. We also have on the show today Sue Lynch, who's the Executive Director of There and Back Again, which is an outstanding program that she began. She's also, she was an Army reservist and experienced PTSD after serving in Saudi Arabia, and she is walking us through a relaxation exercise. So I'm going to turn the mic back over to you, Sue, and let you finish up.
Thank you. Okay, so coming back into the body, bringing awareness to the whole left side of the body and back again to the right, and bringing awareness to the upper body and then the lower body, just switching awareness from upper to lower. And then back and front, reintegrating the body, reintegrating the whole body. And then just starting now to just wiggle the toes and the fingers, starting to bring some movement into the arms, into the legs. And then just starting to open up the eyes. Just let them flicker or open and shut until you come back into the space. And taking just a few moments to become aware of your surroundings. Richard, are you back with us?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was telling Tina that I've done a lot of like grounding, and I've done a lot of relaxation throughout the different therapies that I've done. I was telling her about the break, and I was telling her that was by far one of the best ones that I've ever done. Because, like I've done like elevators, you know, like I've counted, you know, like floors and I've counted, you know, like the different. I've done so many different grounding techniques, and I've done so many relaxation. And this one by far was different than any one that I've done. And I've had yoga, and some of my therapists are yoga instructors, and by far this was different. And
what we do, and one of my teachers, Dr. Richard Miller, you know, really focuses on being in the body. So, you know, the trauma's in the body, we experience, we hold in the body. Instead of going on a path down the valley, up a mountain, around the corner, it's like let's come back into our body and start to bring awareness to the different parts of the body so we can start to bring life back into those spaces, and we can start to feel again. And that's really part of what we do, and that's why the focus is on the body itself as opposed to anything that's outside of the body. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Sue, that was amazing. I think for anybody, for people who have served and who are suffering from PTSD, but also, for their family members and for people who love them, it's a stressful situation when one of your family members or your friends or loved ones are dealing with the situation. Is something like this able to work for anybody?
Absolutely. It's, there and back again, we're expanding our mission to families. We've been doing a lot of work with the Yellow Ribbon programs and have discovered that, it's not just our combat vets, obviously, that are having, the reintegration issues, or it's the families that even during deployments need that extra, that relaxation and the ability to manage their own stressors that are going on. And so, we're looking this year to really expand our services to families and the kids. So, absolutely, this relaxation practice is available for anyone, even if you don't serve. It's a great thing to do. My students, civilian students at the yoga studio, it's something that I encourage them to practice as well.
You know what that does? Like, for me, I try not to, when I get so stressed out and anxiety and Tina knows, like, there's times where, like, I am so overwhelmed, and when you talked about, like, like you weren't able to put on your chemical suit,
mm-hmm.
I've had that happen with other times in life where, like, being out and, like, it could be going to in the grocery, something happened in the grocery store, or I can't get out of the car, and having that CD available to me, and just doing that in the car. And grounding me and taking me out of that environment and putting me in a different environment and relaxing me. And the thing is, rather than resorting to, like, a Klonopin,
mm-hmm.
and I've tried. That is my biggest thing. Like, I'm not against medication at all. I just try to refrain from something that I don't want to have to do all the time. Like,
mm-hmm.
and that's my biggest thing. And if there's other resources out there that I can utilize before I have to go to a Klonopin for me, and I'm just being open out there,
I hear you.
And that's what I've tried to do. And so there's times where I have to. I mean, it's just there's no choice. There's no thing around it. I have to, for my health and for everything around me. It's just I need it. But there are a lot of other alternatives that I try to turn to, and like last night, I would have loved to use that,
a lot of the veterans that I work with will say that this is something that they use in lieu of medications, and like you said, there's a balance. When you need something, you need it, and it is not one or the other. That's why we use a kind of a collaborative approach, both Eastern philosophy or alternative therapies plus traditional therapies, because they both have their place in reintegration and healing. And I would recommend picking up a lavender eye pillow. Those are the groups that I have here in Massachusetts. Everyone gets one, and to the point where we have to start really thinking about mass producing them, because I sleep with one every single night, and I tell you what, it's become my little blankie almost, or my security blanket. But it's like it just helps you. It soothes your eyes, the muscles in the eyes. It helps relax you, and the scent of the lavender, the aromatherapy, is another kind of holistic healing modality or healing method. It's incredible. I mean, so there's so many things out there that I've explored over the 20 years since I've come back that I do my best to share with the veterans that I work with, because I don't get your specific situation, but I understand what trauma is and how it impacted my life.
Yeah.
So what type of advice, Sue, do you have? I mean, we've covered a lot of different things, but, like your best pieces of information that you can share with our listeners today? What would you like to tell people who are listening today that might be suffering from PTSD or have loved ones who are suffering from PTSD?
Well, the first thing, the most important thing is that you can feel better now. And with yoga practice, with meditation, it'll give you, even if it's a kernel of relief, it'll make you'll start to feel better. You'll be able to control your healing. You'll be in charge of it. You'll get to choose. And part of the PTSD is the helplessness, and in the military we don't get to choose very often. But when we get to start to choose how we practice yoga, how we breathe, how we, what modality works for us, I recommend exploring those options. My website, and we're going to continue to post, I have partners that are, around the country that are offering free yoga classes to combat veterans. And so that, I would say stay tuned for that. Within the next few weeks, we'll have that online. I have a lot of colleagues in California that are working hard to reach out to veterans to provide services at no cost. And explore some acupuncture, explore Reiki healing. There's so many other things. So, visit my website. I have all that information on, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Feel free to email me. I'm available, as well as my team.
Now, what would be the best way to reach you?
Email would be the best way, and you can email me at slynch, and that's LYNCH, at TABAGAIN.org. So it's tabagain.org.
Like there and back, TAB, there and back.
Exactly. And then the website is thereandback-again.org.
What have you, what have you learned most from not only your own experience, but from treating the different people that have come through your yoga studios? What sticks in your mind is the one thing, that if we could take away from today's show, what would be the one thing that you would want people to remember?
I have said, every one of the veterans that have come through have said yoga saved their lives. The anger, if you're dealing with anger issues, if it's explosive, if it's trying to manage it, alcohol, all of those different symptoms of the problem of the underlying PTSD that you try to manage, yoga helps it. Yoga saves lives. I mean, it saved mine, and every single one of the veterans that I've worked with will tell you the same thing.
And you don't really need anything to do it other than maybe a class, a DVD. For those who are not near anywhere, there's some classes.
Exactly.
It's not like you need special equipment. I mean, it's really a pretty easy thing to at least have access to. It
is, and we're in the process. We have a collaboration going on right now to get DVDs and books. They're in the process of being put together right now for distribution to the military at no cost. So we're working on it. We're getting there. We're raising funds. We're doing the yoga community and the military community are all working together to deliver this to veterans because you know what? It is, one of my veterans said, it's so simple yet so profound.